Have you ever felt like there's something more to life? A hidden strength inside you that's just waiting to be awakened? Well, you're right. There is. It's called spiritual power, and it's the key to unlocking a life filled with purpose, joy, and deep fulfillment. Today, we're going to dive into the world of spiritual power and discover how you can tap into this incredible force within you. Spiritual power isn't some mystical, out-of-reach concept. It's a very real, very tangible energy that lives inside each and every one of us. It's the force that makes you feel alive when you're doing something you love. It's the warmth you feel in your heart when you help someone in need. It's the peace you experience when you're in tune with yourself and the world around you. And here's the exciting part. You can learn to harness this power and use it to transform your life in ways you never thought possible. But here's the thing. If you don't learn how to tap into your spiritual power, you might find yourself feeling lost, disconnected, or unfulfilled. You might go through life feeling like something's missing, never quite reaching your full potential. You might struggle with stress, anxiety, or a lack of purpose. And that's a tragedy because you have so much to offer the world. On the other hand, when you learn to access and cultivate your spiritual power, amazing things start to happen. You'll find a sense of inner peace that stays with you even when life gets tough. You'll discover a wellspring of creativity and inspiration that helps you solve problems and come up with innovative ideas. You'll develop deeper, more meaningful relationships with the people around you. And perhaps most importantly, you'll gain a clear sense of purpose that guides your actions and fills your life with meaning. Now, you might be wondering, how do I start tapping into this spiritual power? Well, the journey begins with understanding what spiritual power really is. And here's the beautiful truth. Spiritual power isn't about controlling others or having supernatural abilities. It's about connecting with something greater than yourself, whether you call that something God, the universe, nature, or simply the deeper part of your own being. Spiritual power is the strength that comes from knowing who you truly are at your core. It's the wisdom that arises when you align your actions with your deepest values. It's the courage to face life's challenges with grace and resilience. And it's the love that flows through you when you open your heart to the world around you. Think of spiritual power like a muscle. We all have it, but not everyone has learned how to use it effectively. Just like you need to exercise to build physical strength, you need to practice certain skills and habits to develop your spiritual power. And the good news is, anyone can do it. You don't need special talents or abilities. You don't need to follow a particular religion or belief system. All you need is the willingness to look within yourself and the commitment to grow. As we explore the path to spiritual power, we'll discover practical tools and techniques that you can start using right away. We'll learn how to quiet the noise of our busy minds and tune into the wisdom of our hearts. We'll explore ways to connect with the natural world and tap into its healing energy. And we'll discover how simple acts of kindness and compassion can dramatically increase our spiritual strength. But before we dive into these practices, it's important to understand that becoming spiritually powerful is a journey, not a destination. It's not about reaching some perfect state of enlightenment. It's about growing, learning, and evolving every day. It's about embracing both the light and the shadow within ourselves and using every experience, good or bad, as an opportunity for growth. The first step on this journey to spiritual power is developing self-awareness. Think of self-awareness as a mirror, a clear, honest reflection of who you are. When you look into this mirror, you see not just your physical appearance, but your thoughts, feelings, beliefs, and motivations. You see your strengths and your weaknesses, your fears and your dreams. Self-awareness is crucial because it's the foundation of all spiritual growth. Without it, we're like ships sailing without a compass, pushed this way and that by the winds of circumstance. But with self-awareness, we can chart our own course. We can make conscious choices about how we want to live, rather than simply reacting to whatever life throws our way. So how do we develop this self-awareness? It starts with paying attention. Most of us go through our days on autopilot, barely noticing what we're thinking or feeling. We react to situations based on old habits and conditioning without really understanding why we do what we do. But when we start to pay attention, really pay attention to our inner world, we begin to see patterns. We notice how certain thoughts lead to certain emotions and how those emotions influence our actions. One powerful way to develop self-awareness is through the practice of mindfulness. Mindfulness is simply the act of being present in the moment, observing your thoughts and feelings without judgment. It might sound simple, but it's a skill that takes practice to develop. Start by taking a few minutes each day to sit quietly and observe your breath. Notice the sensation of the air moving in and out of your body. When thoughts come, and they will, don't try to push them away. Just notice them, like clouds passing in the sky, and gently bring your attention back to your breath. As you practice mindfulness, you'll start to notice things about yourself that you never realized before. You might become aware of negative thought patterns that have been holding you back. You might notice how certain situations trigger strong emotional reactions in you. This awareness is powerful because it gives you the opportunity to make changes. When you can see your patterns clearly, you can choose to respond differently. Another powerful tool for self-awareness is journaling. Taking time each day to write down your thoughts and feelings can help you process your experiences and gain insights into your inner world. Don't worry about writing perfectly. This isn't for anyone else to read. Just let your thoughts flow onto the page. You might be surprised at what comes up. As you develop greater self-awareness, you might encounter parts of yourself that you don't like. Maybe you'll notice that you have a tendency to be judgmental or that you often react with anger when you feel threatened. It's important to approach these discoveries with compassion. Remember, the goal isn't to be perfect, it's to be authentic. Accepting all parts of yourself, even the parts you'd like to change, is a crucial step in developing spiritual power. Self-awareness also involves understanding your values, the principles that are most important to you. What do you believe in? What matters most to you in life? When you're clear about your values, you can make decisions that align with your true self. This alignment is a key source of spiritual power. As you continue on this journey of self-discovery, you'll likely find that your understanding of yourself deepens and evolves over time. That's perfectly normal. In fact, it's a sign of growth. The more you know yourself, the more you'll be able to tap into your inner wisdom and make choices that support your highest good. Remember, developing self-awareness is not a one-time event. It's an ongoing process of observing, reflecting, and learning. Be patient with yourself, celebrate the insights you gain, and don't be discouraged by the challenges you encounter. Each step you take in understanding yourself is a step toward greater spiritual power. Now that we've explored the importance of self-awareness, let's dive into one of the most powerful tools for developing both self-awareness and spiritual power: meditation. If you've never meditated before, don't worry. It's not as complicated or mystical as it might seem. At its core, meditation is simply a practice of focusing your attention and quieting your mind. Think of your mind like a lake. When the water is choppy and full of waves, it's hard to see beneath the surface. But when the water is calm and still, you can see all the way to the bottom. Meditation is like calming the waters of your mind, allowing you to see more clearly into the depths of your being. There are many different types of meditation, but one of the simplest and most effective is breath meditation. Here's how it works. Find a quiet place where you won't be disturbed. Sit comfortably, either on a chair or cross-legged on the floor. Close your eyes and take a few deep breaths to help your body relax. Then, simply focus your attention on your breath. Notice the sensation of the air moving in and out of your nostrils, or the rise and fall of your chest or belly as you breathe. At first, you'll probably find that your mind wanders a lot. You might start thinking about what you need to do later, or replaying a conversation from earlier in the day. This is completely normal. When you notice that your mind has wandered, gently bring your attention back to your breath. Don't get frustrated or judge yourself. Just keep coming back to the breath. Start with just 5 minutes a day. As you get more comfortable with the practice, you can gradually increase the time. The key is consistency. It's better to meditate for 5 minutes every day than for an hour once a week. You might be wondering, how does sitting and breathing help me become spiritually powerful? Well, meditation has several powerful effects. First, it helps you develop concentration. In our modern world of constant distractions, the ability to focus your attention is incredibly valuable. As you practice meditation, you'll find that you're able to concentrate better in all areas of your life. Second, meditation helps you develop awareness. As you sit quietly observing your breath, you'll start to notice things about your mind that you never realized before. You might become aware of how quickly your thoughts jump from one topic to another, or how certain thoughts trigger emotional reactions in your body. This awareness is a crucial step in developing spiritual power. Third, meditation helps you cultivate a sense of inner peace. As you practice letting go of thoughts and coming back to your breath, you'll start to realize that you don't have to get caught up in every thought or emotion that passes through your mind. You'll develop a sense of spaciousness, an ability to observe your experiences without being overwhelmed by them. But perhaps the most important benefit of meditation is that it helps you connect with your deeper self. Beneath the constant chatter of our thoughts, there's a part of us that's always calm, always at peace. Some people call this the soul or the higher self. Whatever you call it, meditation helps you tap into this deeper part of your being. As you continue to practice meditation, you might start to have insights or realizations about yourself and your life. You might suddenly understand why you react certain ways in certain situations, or you might get a clear sense of what you need to do to solve a problem you've been struggling with. These insights come from your own inner wisdom, and they're a powerful source of spiritual strength. It's important to note that meditation isn't always easy. Some days, you might feel restless or distracted. Other days, you might feel peaceful and centered. Both experiences are normal and valuable. The key is to keep practicing, regardless of what comes up. You might also encounter some challenging emotions or memories as you meditate. If this happens, be gentle with yourself. If something feels too overwhelming, it's okay to open your eyes and take a break. Remember, meditation is a tool for healing and growth, not a way to force yourself to confront things you're not ready for. As you develop a regular meditation practice, you'll likely start to notice changes in your daily life. You might find that you're less reactive to stress, more patient with others, or more in tune with your own needs and feelings. These are all signs that your spiritual power is growing. Remember, meditation is a skill that takes time to develop. Don't get discouraged if it feels difficult at first. Every time you sit down to meditate, even if it's just for a few minutes, you're strengthening your spiritual muscles. With patience and persistence, you'll start to experience the profound benefits of this ancient practice. Now that we've explored the inner landscapes of self-awareness and meditation, let's turn our attention to the world around us. Nature is one of the most powerful sources of spiritual energy, and connecting with the natural world can dramatically increase your spiritual power. Think about the last time you stood on a mountaintop or walked through a forest or sat by the ocean. How did you feel? Chances are you felt a sense of peace, of awe, of connection to something greater than yourself. This is the spiritual power of nature at work. In our modern world, many of us spend most of our time indoors, surrounded by artificial lights and screens. We've become disconnected from the natural rhythms of the earth, and this disconnection can leave us feeling drained and out of balance. But when we make a conscious effort to reconnect with nature, we tap into a profound source of renewal and spiritual strength. One simple way to start connecting with nature is to spend time outdoors every day, even if it's just for a few minutes. Take a walk in a park, tend to a garden, or simply sit under a tree and observe the world around you. As you do this, try to engage all your senses. Notice the colors and shapes of the plants and trees. Listen to the sounds of birds or the rustling of leaves in the wind. Feel the earth beneath your feet and the air on your skin. Smell the scent of flowers or freshly cut grass. As you spend time in nature, practice being fully present. Let go of your worries and plans for the future and just be here now in this moment. This kind of presence is itself a form of meditation, and it can help you feel more grounded and centered. You might also try what some people call earthing or grounding. This involves making direct physical contact with the earth, like walking barefoot on grass or sand. While the scientific evidence is still emerging, many people report feeling more balanced and energized after spending time in direct contact with the earth. Another powerful way to connect with nature is through the practice of mindful observation. Choose a natural object, a leaf, a flower, a stone, and spend some time really looking at it. Notice its colors, its texture, its shape. Imagine the processes that brought it into being, the growth of a plant, the erosion of rock over millions of years. This kind of deep observation can help you develop a sense of wonder and appreciation for the natural world. As you develop a closer connection with nature, you might start to notice that different natural environments have different energies. A forest might feel calm and nurturing, while a mountaintop might feel invigorating and expansive. A flowing river might inspire feelings of change and movement, while a still lake might encourage reflection and introspection. Pay attention to how different environments make you feel and seek out the ones that resonate with you. Connecting with nature can also help you gain perspective on your problems and challenges. When you stand in front of a towering mountain or look out at the vast ocean, your personal worries often seem smaller and less overwhelming. This doesn't mean your problems aren't important, but it can help you approach them with a calmer, more balanced state of mind. Nature can also be a powerful teacher. As you observe the natural world, you might notice lessons that apply to your own life. The way a tree bends in the wind without breaking can teach us about flexibility and resilience. The way ecosystems thrive through cooperation and balance can teach us about harmony and interdependence. The cycles of growth, death, and rebirth that we see in nature can help us understand and accept the cycles in our own lives. If you live in a city or don't have easy access to wild nature, don't worry. You can still connect with natural energy in small ways. Keep plants in your home or office. Spend time in city parks. Watch the sky and notice the changing patterns of clouds. Even looking at pictures or videos of nature can have a calming effect on your mind and body. As you deepen your connection with nature, you might find yourself developing a greater sense of responsibility for the natural world. This is a natural outgrowth of spiritual power. As we recognize our connection to all of life, we naturally want to protect and care for our environment. This might inspire you to make more eco-friendly choices in your daily life or to get involved in conservation efforts in your community. Remember, connecting with nature isn't about achieving some perfect state of harmony or becoming a wilderness expert. It's about opening yourself to the beauty and wisdom of the natural world and allowing it to nourish your spirit. Every moment you spend in nature, every time you pause to appreciate the beauty of a flower or the majesty of a tree, you're strengthening your spiritual power. As you continue on your journey of spiritual growth, try to make connecting with nature a regular part of your practice. Combine it with your meditation or self-awareness exercises. For example, you might try meditating outdoors or journaling about your experiences in nature. The more you integrate these practices, the more powerful they become. The power of kindness, spreading light. As we continue our journey to spiritual power, we come to one of the most transformative practices, kindness. You might be wondering, what does being kind have to do with spiritual power? The answer is everything. Kindness is like a superpower that not only changes the world around you, but also transforms you from the inside out. Think about a time when someone was unexpectedly kind to you. Maybe a stranger helped you when you were struggling with heavy bags, or a friend called just to check on you when you were feeling down. How did it make you feel? Chances are, it brightened your day and lifted your spirits. That's the magic of kindness. It has the power to instantly change how we feel and how we see the world. But here's the really amazing thing. When you're the one being kind, the effect is even more powerful. Every act of kindness, no matter how small, sends ripples of positive energy out into the world. And those ripples don't just affect others. They come right back to you, filling you with a sense of warmth, connection, and purpose. So how can you start harnessing the spiritual power of kindness? It's simpler than you might think. Start by looking for small opportunities to be kind in your daily life. Hold the door open for someone, smile at a stranger, offer a genuine compliment to a co-worker or friend. These small acts might seem insignificant, but they can make a big difference in someone's day and in your own spiritual growth. As you practice kindness, try to do it without expecting anything in return. True kindness comes from a place of generosity and love, not from a desire for recognition or reward. In fact, some of the most powerful acts of kindness are those that are done anonymously, where the recipient never knows who helped them. One powerful way to cultivate kindness is through the practice of loving kindness meditation. This is a type of meditation where you focus on sending feelings of love and goodwill to others. Start by sitting quietly and focusing on your breath. Then, bring to mind someone you care about deeply. Silently repeat phrases like, "May you be happy," "May you be healthy," "May you be safe," "May you live with ease." As you say these words, really try to feel the sentiment behind them. Once you've practiced with someone you love, you can expand the practice to include people you feel neutral about, people you find difficult, and eventually all beings everywhere. This practice can help you develop a more open and compassionate heart, which is a key source of spiritual power. Remember, being kind doesn't mean being a pushover or ignoring your own needs. In fact, one of the most important aspects of kindness is being kind to yourself. Treat yourself with the same compassion and understanding that you would offer to a good friend. This self-kindness is the foundation for all other forms of kindness. As you make kindness a regular part of your life, you'll likely notice some changes. You might find that you feel more connected to the people around you. You might experience more joy and satisfaction in your daily life. And you might find that you're better able to handle life's challenges with grace and resilience. These are all signs that your spiritual power is growing. Now we come to one of the most challenging and most liberating aspects of spiritual growth: forgiveness. Many people think of forgiveness as something you do for others, but in reality, forgiveness is a gift you give to yourself. It's a way of releasing the burden of anger, resentment, and hurt that can weigh down your spirit and block your spiritual power. When someone hurts us, it's natural to feel angry or resentful. These feelings are normal and even healthy in the short term. They're our mind's way of protecting us from further harm. But when we hold on to these negative emotions long term, they start to eat away at our peace of mind and our ability to connect with others. It's like carrying around a heavy backpack full of rocks. It slows us down and makes every step more difficult. Forgiveness doesn't mean forgetting what happened or saying that it was okay. It doesn't mean you have to reconcile with the person who hurt you or put yourself in a position to be hurt again. Forgiveness is about letting go of the negative emotions associated with the event so that they no longer have power over you. So how do you start practicing forgiveness? It begins with the decision to forgive. This doesn't mean you'll instantly feel better. Forgiveness is a process, not a one-time event. But making the decision to forgive sets that process in motion. One powerful forgiveness practice is to write a letter to the person who hurt you. In this letter, express all your feelings about what happened. Be honest about how their actions affected you. Then, write about your decision to forgive them. You don't have to send this letter. The act of writing it is for your own healing. Another approach is to practice empathy. Try to see the situation from the other person's perspective. This doesn't mean excusing their behavior, but understanding that everyone is fighting their own battles and carrying their own wounds. Often, when people hurt others, it's because they're hurting themselves. Remember, forgiveness isn't just about forgiving others. It's also about forgiving yourself. We all make mistakes and have regrets. Holding on to guilt or shame about past actions can be just as damaging as holding on to resentment towards others. Practice self-forgiveness by acknowledging your mistakes, learning from them, and then letting them go. As you practice forgiveness, you might find that some hurts are harder to let go of than others. That's okay. Forgiveness is a journey, and some wounds take longer to heal than others. Be patient with yourself and keep working at it. Every step you take towards forgiveness is a step towards greater spiritual power. Now that we've explored some of the big concepts in spiritual growth, let's talk about how to integrate these practices into your daily life. This is where the real magic happens, when you start to weave spiritual practices into the fabric of your everyday existence. One of the most powerful ways to do this is through daily rituals. A ritual is simply a meaningful action that you perform regularly. It doesn't have to be complicated or time-consuming. Even a few minutes each day can make a big difference. Here are some ideas for simple daily rituals that can help boost your spiritual power. Morning gratitude. Start each day by thinking of 3 things you're grateful for. This simple practice can shift your mindset towards positivity and abundance. Mindful breathing. Take a few deep, conscious breaths whenever you transition between activities. This can help you stay centered and present throughout your day. Evening reflection. Before bed, take a few minutes to reflect on your day. What went well? What could you have done differently? What did you learn? Nature connection. Spend a few minutes each day connecting with nature, even if it's just looking at the sky or tending to a houseplant. Acts of kindness. Set an intention to perform at least one act of kindness each day. The key to making these rituals effective is consistency. It's better to do a small ritual every day than to do a big practice once in a while. Start small and build up gradually. As these rituals become habits, you'll find that they start to transform your life in subtle but powerful ways. Remember, the goal of these practices isn't to achieve some perfect state of enlightenment. It's to gradually increase your awareness, compassion, and inner peace. Every small step you take on this path is valuable and worthwhile. As you continue on your journey of spiritual growth, be patient with yourself. There will be ups and downs, times when you feel deeply connected, and times when you feel lost or confused. This is all part of the process. The key is to keep showing up, keep practicing, and keep opening yourself to growth and transformation. Your spiritual power is like a garden. It needs regular tending, watering, weeding, nurturing, but with consistent care, it will grow and flourish, bringing beauty and abundance into your life and the lives of those around you. So take a deep breath, open your heart, and step forward on this amazing journey. Your spiritual power is waiting to be awakened. Trust in the process, believe in yourself, and watch as your life transforms in ways you never thought possible. Connecting with your higher self. As we dive deeper into our spiritual journey, we come to a profound concept: the higher self. Your higher self is like the wisest, most loving part of you. It's the part that knows your true purpose and can guide you towards your highest good. Connecting with your higher self is a powerful way to tap into your inner wisdom and strengthen your spiritual power. But how do you connect with something that might seem abstract or intangible? It starts with quieting your mind and tuning into your intuition. Your intuition is like a gentle whisper from your higher self, guiding you towards what's right for you. Often, we ignore this whisper because it's drowned out by the noise of our thoughts and the demands of daily life. One way to start connecting with your higher self is through meditation. As you sit in silence, ask your higher self for guidance. You might pose a specific question or simply open yourself to any insights that come. Don't expect immediate answers. They might come during your meditation, or they might pop into your mind later when you least expect it. Journaling can also be a powerful tool for connecting with your higher self. Try writing with your non-dominant hand, or practice automatic writing where you let words flow onto the page without censoring or judging them. You might be surprised at the wisdom that emerges. Another practice is to imagine your higher self as a wise, loving being. In your mind's eye, have a conversation with this being. What advice would they give you? What would they say about the challenges you're facing? Remember, connecting with your higher self is not about perfection. It's about opening yourself to your own inner wisdom and trusting the guidance that comes from within. As you practice this connection, you'll likely find that you feel more aligned with your true purpose and more confident in your decisions. In our quest for spiritual power, we often think about gaining control over our lives. But paradoxically, one of the most powerful spiritual practices is surrender. Surrender doesn't mean giving up or being passive. It means letting go of the need to control everything and trusting in a higher power or the natural flow of life. When we try to control everything, we create tension and resistance. We fight against what is, wasting energy and creating stress. But when we surrender, we open ourselves to the wisdom of the universe. We allow ourselves to be guided by something greater than our limited ego. Practicing surrender starts with acceptance. Accept where you are right now, even if it's not where you want to be. Accept your feelings, even the difficult ones. Accept the things you can't change. This doesn't mean you stop working towards your goals. It means you stop fighting against reality. One powerful way to practice surrender is through the use of affirmations. Try saying to yourself, "I trust in the flow of life," or "I release control and allow the universe to guide me." As you say these words, really try to feel the truth of them in your body. Another practice is to notice when you're trying to control things and consciously choose to let go. This might be as simple as relaxing your grip on the steering wheel when you're stuck in traffic, or taking a deep breath and stepping back when you're in a disagreement with someone. As you practice surrender, you might find that things start to flow more easily in your life. Solutions to problems might appear unexpectedly. Opportunities might arise that you never could have planned for. This is the power of surrender at work. At the heart of spiritual power is a deep sense of inner peace. This peace isn't dependent on external circumstances. It's a calm, steady center that remains even in the midst of life's storms. Cultivating inner peace is like building a strong foundation for your spiritual house. One of the most effective ways to cultivate inner peace is through mindfulness. Mindfulness means being fully present in the moment, without judgment. It's about observing your thoughts and feelings without getting caught up in them. As you practice mindfulness, you'll start to notice the space between stimulus and response, the moment where you have the power to choose how you react. Deep breathing is a simple but powerful tool for cultivating inner peace. When you're feeling stressed or overwhelmed, take a few slow, deep breaths. Focus on the sensation of the breath moving in and out of your body. This can help calm your nervous system and bring you back to a state of peace. Another practice is to create a peaceful environment around you. This might mean decluttering your living space, spending time in nature, or creating a special meditation corner in your home. Your outer environment can have a big impact on your inner state. Remember, cultivating inner peace is an ongoing practice. There will be times when you feel peaceful and times when you feel turbulent. The key is to keep coming back to your center, to keep choosing peace even in challenging moments. As we come to the end of our exploration of spiritual power, take a moment to reflect on how far you've come. From developing self-awareness to connecting with nature, from practicing kindness to cultivating inner peace, you've learned powerful tools for awakening your spiritual strength. Remember, spiritual power isn't about controlling the world around you. It's about mastering your inner world. It's about aligning with your true self, connecting with something greater than yourself, and living from a place of love, wisdom, and peace. Your journey to spiritual power is a lifelong adventure. There will be peaks and valleys, moments of clarity, and times of confusion. But with each step you take, with each practice you engage in, you're growing stronger, wiser, and more connected to your true essence. As you move forward, be gentle with yourself. Celebrate your progress, no matter how small it might seem. Trust in the process and trust in your own innate wisdom. You have everything you need within you to live a spiritually powerful life. Remember to practice regularly, but don't get caught up in perfectionism. It's not about doing everything perfectly. It's about showing up consistently and opening yourself to growth and transformation. Even a few minutes of practice each day can make a big difference over time. Finally, know that as you develop your spiritual power, you're not just transforming your own life, you're contributing to the transformation of the world. Every act of kindness, every moment of peace, every conscious choice you make sends ripples of positive energy out into the universe. So take a deep breath, open your heart, and step forward with courage and confidence. Your journey to spiritual power has just begun, and the possibilities are limitless. Trust in yourself, trust in the process, and watch as your life unfolds in beautiful and unexpected ways.